Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, especially it'll be easier for those on YouTube to see this because there will be a visual, but I'll try and keep it as interactive as I can for those listening along on Spotify. But in this video, I'll be going through and sort of doing a nuffies mode of how I do a lot of my research, because especially for the domestic players this year, because I've said it from the start, the international talent this year is either overpriced or batters only, that I could not give a toss about batters only effectively. So a lot of the research this year has been on the domestic talent, as on my phone at the moment I'm currently just watching along with the T20 game that's happening in Victoria to watch if Will Sutherland's bowling, and it doesn't look like he's opening the bowling, so we'll get to that eventually, that I'll show on screen. But that's the type of stuff that I'm keeping track of these bowlers, especially for the doubles in round 1 and round 2, and just trying to piece together what is their role going to be. Because if Will Sutherland is a batter only, I know that I talked to someone else on Twitter about this and basically said he would be a glorified batter if he was a batter only effectively. So, or a massively overpriced batter, as he probably bats at about 70 value or so. Oh, sorry, 70k value, I should say, about 23, 22 average. But anyway, let's just jump into this and I'll show you exactly what I am seeing at the moment. So is this the right? Yep, this is the right screen. It's going right. So if we click over to New South Wales Prem Cricket, if we go over to first grade, and I hope this works for fixtures, you'll see right now my whole window has actually frosted up at the moment because it is just absolutely raining down. And you can see only one game got on, and that game got like 3 balls into it. So no team is on here at the moment for New South Wales Prem Cricket today. And that'll be probably the same in the Shield. I expect no Shield game in New South Wales. The Shield game between the, sorry, that's the wrong comp. The Sheffield Shield game between New South Wales and Victoria, I expect to be delayed and basically not get on today. As Sam Constas actually did pretty well, so that was a good update to see. Let's actually quickly go to this one and go to this one here. We'll go to this one, and then we'll go down to here. What happened in the moment after I uploaded this video, and the sort of what I saw was Ryan Hadley signed by the Sydney Thunder. That was an article that came out at 11:30 or so. Jason Sanger fit and firing with the bat. He made 150, I think, before getting dismissed, I want to say. Josh Inglis released from the test squad, and he flew over to the SCG, got 41 before getting out to Edwards, who took 5, I want to say. And then Wildermuth signed. This actually happened on the 4th, which I missed, but someone brought it up to me, and that's the good thing about having 4 or 5 guys on in the SuperCoach community that all sort of bring up different things, as you don't miss out on these things. As Will Sutherland's just taken a catch in the T20 game, which is a good thing. He made 4 off 2 with the bat, so it wasn't that good. So as I said, he's sort of a glorified batter at that point. But yeah, Jack Wildermuth will fill the final slot for the for Brisbane Heat. If we go over to my Google Sheets, you will see that for those watching along on YouTube, you'll see that I'm going to quickly flick over to this one here, and you'll see that these predicted 11s have the players. Obviously, I don't think SuperCoach has the players yet inputted. I always go to Siddle because he's been the one that was announced already, and it doesn't look like he's been inputted. Wildermuth, I don't know if he's been actually, so no one, with a week to go, they haven't actually inputted half the players that could potentially play, which is a little bit sketchy that they haven't done that yet. And so that's that. As I'm just flicking through some of the T20 games here on my phone quickly here, just to give myself sort of any other up-to-date information, because obviously we get caught out quite a lot. I've been caught out so many times where information drops half an hour after I do something. Is there anything else that I can remember happening in the half an hour or hour after I did any of the info drops? So there you have Hadley, we have Sanger back fit. Salzman back, is playing at least. There was also an update from Sydney Cricket. The Prem sides is Dwarshis is back and bowling. That was something that went through around the content creators on yesterday evening, was Dwarshis. We haven't heard him back. When's he going to be back, etc. He's back. He should be bowling if they were playing, but they're not going to get on. And then also Hayden Kerr not playing this weekend for Sydney Uni. I'm pretty sure I checked 2 or 3 times and he's not playing. So that is a little bit of a worry there and a watch to see what's the reasoning behind that. So there's that. And I think that's all the catch up here. So back to how I look up their stuff. Obviously the New South Wales stuff, that's pretty easy to get to. One thing I do look at quite a lot is we go, so basically how I've done it is I've gone playcricket.com.au and then I've gone competitions, and then you can go, and I think the biggest one that is on at the moment is the Victorian Prem game. We will go and tick over to the Queensland ones, as I know that they might have started already. But the Victorian games you'll see at the moment, currently, if we keep scrolling up a little bit, these are the ones that are playing at the moment. Who's going to be the best one to show? I don't think anyone from Carlton or Footscray or Dandenong or Casey South are playing in the BBL, but I think Piranhas and Northcote have someone. As you see, the Will Sutherland catch there that I have up on. I have this sort of stuff mirroring on my phone, and you can see Will Sutherland first ball 4 and then out the next rock, and I don't think they had anyone else notable did the likes of the Piranhas or Northcote in general, as you see there. I don't think there's any SuperCoach relevant players there. I don't think anyone from Geelong or Melbourne First are actually playing. Don't think there's anyone. Ollie Peake is an up and comer, so maybe in a couple of years he might be a guy that we look at in BBL SuperCoach, but not at the moment as he's not signed, I don't think. And so he didn't score that well today. Richmond versus St Kilda. I'm pretty sure there was someone here that was noticeable. Harry Dixon, 27 off 24. So a decent run for him, but not outstanding. That would have been still 27 points, which is all right. And I don't think there's anyone else here, but this is sort of how I look through stats. And obviously you can look through the individual player. And this is how I got to like the Kane Richardson, etc. through the search function, but you can also go through it through the competitions. So you got Richmond, St Kilda, and then I think this is the last game currently on at the moment for games that I've actually checked in Holland. That could have been a decent replacement for the Melbourne Renegades if they wanted someone like that, because I'm pretty sure this is the guy that's played for Hampshire. Let me just check. Korea, is this the guy that's played for Hampshire? I want to say it has, but I'm not 100% sure. All clubs, Ringwood, Mitcham. So maybe not. That might be the wrong Ian Holland, which can happen. You do have to do a little bit of a research, and I didn't look at Ringwood to see if that on their social media page, because usually when you have a big guy like that, they do prop it up on their socials. So I haven't actually looked at that. But anyway, that's the first round of T20s, and you've got Greenville, Frankstown, Essendon, Camberwell, Kingston, Hawthorn, and you've got Melbourne Uni out of the first round of T20s today, but they have a second games, which is something that you should probably keep track of when this video goes live, because at 1 p.m. those games start. Then we just quickly pop over to, I think the Queensland games might have started now. Let me actually just check if the Queensland first grade games have started, because there's a couple of guys that we should probably be looking at. Wyndham Manly versus South Brisbane, I don't think has anyone, but I think Ipswich might have someone from memory. If we just go to summary here, you got, I thought there was some Harrison Ward, Shippard, no, Mac Andrews. I don't think there's anyone. Norwood, maybe. Is there anyone? Mitch Doolan. Doesn't look like there's anyone, maybe. I thought that was someone from Ipswich, but maybe it's the next one. Oh, it's Redland, sorry, that has someone, because I looked through these earlier. Is it Baisley here? 3 overs, 1 to 10. 3 overs, none for 10. 1 maiden here. He's back playing. I had this conversation with Brain about this flicking through, because I've been sort of updating people when I flick through all these and find names that are sort of BBL contracted players. And the same thought was that it's annoying that he's back fit, because it would have been a lot easier to just say, no, he's not playing. We still believe that he's not going to play, but we sort of agreed that it was still an outside chance, sort of that 20-25% chance that he gets to play. And we'll see how he goes if he does line up in the practice matches that happen, I would think, next week. I know Valley versus Toombul actually has quite a few players. I'm pretty sure at least has quite a few players. No one else showing up there just yet. But if you look at that, Valley has Vidler, Boyce, Webton isn't contracted, but he's a good player. and Max Bryant, all in the same 11. So that's 3 contracted players. And then Toombul have someone, I swear, but it doesn't look like it. Maybe I was just going over and looking at something quickly, too quickly, but it doesn't look like they have anyone. Okay, that's fair enough. Then you have Gold Coast Western Suburbs. Let me just quickly fire through their sort of lineup. And this is how I quickly look at it. Doesn't look like anyone currently playing for them is any relevance. And neither for the for Western Suburbs. And then we quickly go down to Uni Queensland versus Sunshine Coast. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, this one didn't have anyone, but I could be wrong. And then, yeah, it doesn't look like anyone here is of any relevance. I don't think, no one relevant there. So that's sort of how I look at it for the Queensland and the, as I looked at it for the Victorian WA as well. This is one where you get like Hamish McKenzie's info, etc. If we go to first grade here, you'll see, if I go to the stats for it, I think he'll probably turn up here. Joel Curtis, top run scorer, Bezito. Bezito is someone that I'm surprised hasn't got picked up for Big Bash in the recent years. Hinchcliffe, I swear he was a bowler when he was playing in BBL cricket. And then you see Spores here at 39.14 with 274 runs. Then on the bowling side of it, Hamish McKenzie, 19 wickets at 9.74. That's a fair, decent average. And you can see here, anyone else of relevance in terms of BBL career? I do not believe so. That I'm just looking through here in the top 15 or so. Hinchcliffe as well, 12 wickets as well. So he would have been for people watching on YouTube, I saw Inglis and I went, nah, that can't be right. It's Joe Inglis, not Josh Inglis. This is about the second or third time I've got confused by him. But yeah, 18. Number 18 for the bowling, Joe Inglis, not the Josh Inglis that we were thinking for a second. And then I just want to look at the South Australian Prem, is this? Or am I looking at the wrong? I'm looking at the wrong one. So yeah, I don't know about that. For some reason, it's not, I don't think, lining up well. But anyway, it is what it is there. Let's just go back here. So yeah, there is that, and that's pretty much all of the competitions I think that are noteworthy. Tasmania, I don't know if they'll be necessarily on at the moment, as they, I think, are in a rain delay as well. Round 6, Saturday at 4:30, upcoming abandoned. So they're just abandoning all their games, it looks like. So we'll see Sunday if anyone gets on. As you see, they've done a double abandonment, it looks like. A triple abandonment. There was all T20s just out the water here. So yeah, they must have a really bad rain there. But anyway, I think that's almost a good time to cut it off. I don't think there's anything worth noting, anything else. I think that's pretty much gone through what I want to go through. But yeah, that's the video there. If you guys did enjoy sort of how I look at it and how I sort of gather my information on these domestic players, I know I did touch on it yesterday's video, but I thought I'd do a sort of designated video, especially with the live scoring at the moment of the guys going on in the Victorian T20. It does suck that we didn't see the Sydney Prem cricket, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned it, but yeah. Hayden Kerr not playing for Sydney Uni, Will Salzman playing, but we won't know if Will Salzman is a batter or whatever, because they're not going to get on. And Ben DeWash is playing for Sutherland Shire in the Prem cricket, but they're not going to get on at the way that it's looking at the moment. But anyway, that's the video. If you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload. And for those listening on Spotify, probably not the video for you, but I hope that I at least explained it enough so that if you were watching on Spotify, you'd know where to look for and how I hunt this information down to give you guys up-to-date information. But anyway, I will see you guys probably tomorrow for another video with probably more news, more injury news, updates, etc. Maybe even just a sort of thought process on what happened today in club cricket. But anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.